Suicide Prevention Awareness Day 24, anxiety, stress, abusive relationships, all that good stuff. We're going to cover it right here, right now. Took some notes really quickly, so let's get into it. Some things you need to ask yourself, okay? Is my relationship abusive? Okay, you don't have to answer it, just sit there quietly and ask yourself that. Number two, what will happen if things continue down this same trajectory path? Okay, number three, how is this relationship affecting my kids? Okay, number four, is this an equal partnership? Number five, is my partner invested with change? Number six, what does it cost me to stay emotionally, physically, and spiritually in this relationship? And number seven, is my life manageable? These are some great questions to ask yourself if you're in a toxic relationship, and how to navigate the emotions of uncertainty of what you should do, decisions you should make, and if they're going to be the right decisions or the wrong decisions. Okay, I've always asked myself some of these questions when I was in a relationship. You know, what will happen if things continue down this trajectory path? You know, like a lot of times we see the warning signs, but we don't accept it because we want to give the person the benefit of the doubt, or we're led to believe that what we're thinking is that we're just crazy and that that's not true. But those warning signs are real, so pay attention to it. Questions like this will help you start unraveling things if you're in a toxic relationship. Okay, is this the equal partnership? I truly believe that everybody in a relationship needs to be giving 100%, 100%. That means everybody needs to be rowing towards the same goals. If they're not rowing towards the same goals, if they're not contributing, if they're not helping out, if they're not emotionally, physically, and mentally filling you up and bringing it to the relationship, and financially bringing that stuff to the relationship, then you need to ask yourself, is this an equal partnership? Because most of the time, the women are doing more than the men. Is my partner invested into change? Change is inevitable, okay? So no relationship's ever going to stay static, is ever going to stay the same. Everybody has to constantly be changing. So you got to ask yourself, is your partner willing to change? Are they studying? Are they getting better? Are they seeking outside help to improve themselves? You know, or are they just stuck with just the same things day in, day out? Is your life unmanageable? That's a great sign to yourself that if you're in a relationship that's not balanced and that's toxic. Because if your relationship or your life is unmanageable, that means you're just all out of whack and you're just in this frenzy. And a relationship should give you some grounding. It should give you some sort of stability and some sort of strong foundation that you can live together. But if your life's totally unmanageable and you feel like you could never do enough or catch up, then your relationship is not that healthy. Okay, so we went through the questions you ask yourself. The next thing is what should you do, right? Or what types of people are going to be doing this, and how can you identify the types of people? Okay, well, okay, number one, the person pulls you down or calls you derogatory names. A relationship is supposed to give you a sense of safety, sense of comfort, a sense of foundation that you can feel confident and comfort, and you can build on that. If the person is constantly pulling you down and calling you derogatory names or putting you down, you're in a toxic relationship, or you're dealing with a toxic person. Number two, the person doesn't take responsibility for mistakes or shames you for everything. Okay, that's a great indicator. If a person who doesn't take personal responsibility or accountability for their actions or for themselves, they're constantly trying to push it out to somebody else or shame you into believing or thinking that you're crazy and that they're always right, which is not the truth at all, as we know. Number three, the person apologizes but continues to hurt you in the same way. So it's one thing to apologize and then not be hurt in that same way, but for somebody to apologize but continuously hurt you in the same way, it's a toxic person. They haven't got their shit together. Tells you that you're crazy. That's number four. Like I said before, if the person tells you that you're crazy, that's just another form of being with a person that's toxic. Okay, a person who cares about you would never tell you that you're crazy. They would work with you, they want to understand you, they would try to talk to you, and they'll try to reason it out. Number 5, lies, cheats, steals, unethical behavior, controls where you go, who you see, what you wear, and access to your money. Great indicator of a toxic person who lies, who just unethical behavior. Okay, somebody who's unethical and their behavior is unethical is a toxic person in general. You want to be with people who have good morals and values and ethics. You don't want people who are cheaters or liars, who are trying to get shortcuts and take advantage of the system. You want people who treat people right. Not just you, but the strangers. You want people who treat people right all the time. Okay, let's see, number 6 or 7. Oh, that's it. Okay, so the last thing is mental health is a priority over any of your friendships or relationships. It should be your priority over any of your friendships or relationships. Okay, because to lose anyone or anything before you lose your mind is a worthy decision to make. Let me say it again. To lose anyone or anything before you lose your mind is a great decision to make. Make that decision so you do not lose your mind. That means maybe you have to get out of your toxic marriage or your relationship or your family or your groups of people. All right? And the other thing that I want to talk on is also walking on eggshells every single day. That's a toxic person. And also, you shouldn't believe that you need this person more than you need to be happy. Okay, you can be happy whether that person ever came into your life or not. You were happy before you ever met that person, so therefore you can be happy even after that person and without that person. So just remind yourself that, look, I can be happy without this person because I've been happy without this person, without me even knowing this person, and now they're here and they're causing all this pain. I can be happy ending this relationship. Okay. Also, the last thing is that a lot of people who are in toxic relationships, they like to avoid their friends and families because they don't want them to know what's going on. That's another great telltale sign. So if you're in one of those toxic places in a relationship, or you're dealing with suicide, depression, anxiety, all that stuff, hope some of this helped you uncover some of the questions that you have rambling in your mind, like should I stay, should I not stay, what do I do, how do I identify if my partner is hurting me emotionally, mentally, and physically. We already know that. Get help. Okay, seek help. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Tell people, let people know how you feel. Okay, don't disregard your feelings, don't brush them under the rug. When you're in toxic environments, I know it seems like what you're feeling is not justifiable, but I'm here to remind you that what you feel is justifiable. It is important. You deserve to be heard, and you deserve to get better and move past the abuse, move past domestic violence, move past the suicidal thoughts, move past not feeling good, move past not feeling happy. Like I said before, to lose your friends and to lose your family first before losing your mind is a worthy decision, and you should make that decision. I've lost plenty of family and plenty of friends and plenty of relationships before I ever lost my mind, and it's always served me well, and it's nothing to be ashamed about. Your kids deserve better, you deserve better, everyone deserves better, but especially you deserve to get better, and your kids deserve to be better, and you will be happy after that person. You will be happy in the future, but you just got to move past it. I know it's easier said than done, but you got to start with asking yourself the questions. What's life going to be like for the rest of my life with this person? Is this what I want to be around? How is this person going to influence my kids for the rest of their lives? All right, sit with that and think about it, and then you already know your answer. Your mind knows, but your heart is what you got to convince. So trust the process and put yourself first. It's not selfish to put yourself first and have your mental health #1 priority before you lose your mind, lose some friends, and lose relationships, and lose people or things. Love you guys. Live free, live amazingly.